What is going on? I'm Zedmod. As you can tell by the fact that we still have the Rainmakers, I'm recording this on Sunday for release on Monday. So hopefully you guys remembered to remove those Rainmakers. And the reason for that is if you leave them in there, you'll lose all of the gold that you've invested in those troops. So getting back like 2 million gold, pretty darn important. Little tidbit in case you weren't aware of that. Of course, you guys are well aware of that, but I figured I'd throw the reminder out there. Now, this is my Warship. This is how I ended up on my other account. Now, we've already shown you this account. This is the one I parked long ago at the 5 engine room level. Just wanted to give a shout out, a big, massive shout out to Join at Own Risk. They saw that I was in some random Chinese task force and they said, hey, come join us. So if you've noticed any one of these names on your local leaderboards or on the global leaderboards for that matter, with the do not enter sign in their names, that is why these are a beast group of players. They have at least 2 task forces. Now, one more shout out to 3 dots there. His dad passed away a couple days ago, so big shout out to him. Condolences. Terrible news. Just that kind of stuff absolutely sucks. And just to see the messages in their Telegram group was great to see the camaraderie that a task force can throw behind someone. Anyways, we are going to pause and we'll get back to the warship that I'm going to show you. That would be this one. Now, on Wednesday or Thursday, I knew I did not have enough time to get into 7 engine rooms and learn the new metas and all of that sort of fun stuff. So I spent a whole bunch of keys and I stuck at 6 engine rooms. The first thing I did was I went and got grenadiers and that boom cannon, and then I worked towards. I went and got bullet. I went and got Kavan. Kavan is back here somewhere. So I ended up this season with 3 heroes, which was incredibly useful for attacking and winning, but in the end it ended up being Kavan. So this season was the barragiest barrage of seasons. I really do wish they would allow us to show our replays in between seasons. I have to record this before the season ends, which is a little bit unfortunate, but season 32, the fact that there was no building health or nearly no building health until the very end turned it into a base race of all base races, which meant that barrage and artillery were massive. It made sky shields all that much more important. And I gotta say, I do prefer these. I don't really like the whole base race thing, but it is more fun than having all of your troops wiped. So I don't mind this kind of season every so often, every couple 5 seasons. It's not a bad thing at all. Just to remind people what those base race seasons look like. Now, if we look at my win-loss log, you'll see that I've actually lost with some good times. At 6 engine rooms, if you can get about 240 or so, you're doing pretty darn good. Lost with 250, one with 240, which is just a complete luck. One with 246. I actually lost with like a 256 and to a 304. That was incredibly painful. This one at 301. I think that was my best 6 engine room time. With Seekers, I had a couple that were faster, but I gave up on Seekers pretty early on. I'm going to show you my standard attacks that I was doing with Kavan. Kavan just made things so much easier at the 6 engine room level, and I'm sorry I didn't show you these attacks earlier on. This was just me on my couch hanging out, and it was all about flaring all of the stuff close to that sky shield. And then with Kavan, Kavan would then throw the second wind, and then Kavan would throw one more second wind. I don't know if I actually needed that second wind. Would that make it a 4th wind? Anyways, I always did 2, and then I just use all of my gunboat energy to barrage that 2 engine room, barraging 1, barraging a 2nd, and then throwing that kamikaze flare across the void and getting that final engine room. So really attacking 4 engine rooms, barding out 2. And it didn't matter where the sky shield was. I just went on the side of the sky shield every single time. And there's a couple times where people tried to not put buildings that you could flare underneath the sky shield, but it still really, really didn't matter. Same attack basically every single time got me to rank 23.22. I'm not sure if that was my high point on the season. I will check my profile in a second. And then same thing. Now I did do a bunch of different strategies with like heavy choppers and bombardiers, and there's a whole bunch of metas that just kept evolving. I had some Seekers mixed in. I had heavy choppers and rocket choppers, two heavy choppers with bullet and rocket choppers. There was a lot of fun things to be done, but in the end, this Kavan hit just worked out. And this is what I was talking about, where people had it so you couldn't flare the building underneath that and underneath that sky shield. But same thing, you just flared somewhere else, and then second wind would keep it, and then all of the stuff would just do so well. And I like to leave it. That final engine room in the back was where I typically did my flares, but in this one, I think they both exploded at the same time. So really, really not a heck of a lot to it. Fairly simple attacks. Things that I liked along this path was the fact that Warriors had a bunch of play. I didn't use it on this account, as you can tell, but there was a bunch of play early on with Warriors. There was also that heavy rush that everyone either loves or hates or loves to hate, one of those things. Um, on my main account, I didn't go back for this account actually. I didn't go back for right heavies until like rank like 22. I did a rifle rush for a long time. I loved the fact that Brick's cluster grenade became a thing because cluster grenade on the main base frankly sucks. So to have that cluster grenade be super useful, I love it when things like that happen where you finally get to use. Same thing with Iron Will even. I didn't use Iron Will a ton, but I saw people using it, and that's when I really like the depth of this game. The fact that we get cluster grenade, Iron Will, Brick has. I mean, Brick had three good abilities. Bullet. I want to say Bullet had two. I didn't see a heck of a lot of shock knuckles. I saw a little bit of taunt, especially with seeker hits, but lots and lots of energy drink. Didn't see a ton of Sparky. Sparky just heroes are so expensive in the tech tree, so wasn't a huge surprise. I don't think I saw even a single Sparky hit this season. I'm sure she was great, and there's lots of talk about people using her. But moving down the line, Seekers were deep in this season, which was kind of nice. I kind of liked where Seekers were because you either rushed to them and you got all sorts of benefit from them by having this naked base, or you got nothing. Bombardiers were Bombardiers. They're never super fun to play with, but they win. Rocket Choppas, lots of fun this season with Rocket Choppas and Heavy Choppas, probably because we had 150% troop health, I believe it was, or so. Maybe you had 200%, or I really do wish they would show your own boosts on this page. Local New Zealand, where did I end up? As of right now, I'm sitting at number one New Zealand, which I don't know if I've ever come number one. Usually it's Mackett and then occasionally it's HLY, but this time around I managed to sneak in, maybe. It's like I said, still 5 hours left. I'll have to wake up tomorrow and find out, but lots and lots of attacks, lots and lots of fun attacks. I don't think I've shown this one yet. I will show you a couple. I already showed you that one. I showed you how I skipped that flamethrower. 1, 2, 3. They came in. Oops, wrong buttons. Wrong buttons, my friends. Wrong buttons. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to quickly beg you and plead you, please go into your shop, throw code ZMOD in there. Now, if you're not going to throw ZMOD in there, you should probably throw ZMOD in there. And if you're not going to do that, then please throw another BoomTuber's name in there. Support the little guys. It only gives us warm and fuzzies. We get very little for it, but that little that it does give is so satisfying. Even just seeing the little hearts on the dashboard from you guys is fantastic. So sorry, fingers not going where I want them to. Going to show you the enemy replay. Now, my mistake this season, I went to rocket launchers early on, and it got me into diamond early, but they just did not do a heck of a lot. And this is one of the few attacks that they did enough. You'll see that they are hitting those seekers a little bit here and there, and I ended up by the skin of my teeth winning this battle. Like, look how much health is on that, and that is all thanks to those rocket launchers. Would not have won that without rocket launchers, but every season, rocket launchers are not really all they're cracked up to be. I'm not sure if we need a higher level of them or they need, I don't know, or maybe we need an extra number of them, but Gonna keep showing you my final battles. I liked this base. Anytime I saw a base that I hadn't seen before, I really, really liked it. There's also those front-loaded bases where they had like one engine room back here and then one engine room back there and then like four across the front. I don't have an example of that, unfortunately. Maybe I do. I'll just double check. And then just doing the same battle, same thing, getting that one rocket chopper that goes towards the back as I start barraging engine rooms, just barraging all of the things, making sure that any defenses touching the engine rooms give us all the extra gunboat energy, and then picking up the wins. So hopefully you guys were using this strategy, and if you weren't, if you were faster, let me know what you were using, and if you weren't and you're like, oh man, like I wish I would have known that, then let me know, because I didn't do a video in the last couple days, was busy, busy, busy with work and life in the beginning of spring break. So if I failed you, also do let me know. This one again, not sure that that left-hand flare was the answer, because their engine rooms were like that sky shield was in such a strange spot. Almost bidded on this one, just like absolutely close. Not as fast as I would have liked. Definitely made me check the time and watch my opponent's replay. Gonna see maybe if this is, I think this might be, nope, that's not the base I was looking for. So just trying to find one of those bases on my losses. I think I screwed up utterly terribly. Nope, that's just a generic screw up. So one more look, one more look. Nope, don't have one of those bases. Anyways, let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to about Season 3. Obviously, we haven't shown any sneak peeks of that yet. Don't know what's coming, but do consider subscribing, because I will do my bestest to get a sneak peek out for that. I know I've failed you a couple times, but hopefully that won't happen again. Now, my thinking is they haven't announced when the next season's going to start, I don't think, but I think it's going to be like a 10-day gap or something. Like right now, we're sitting on March 21st. The crab is going to be on the 25th to 27th, so likely going to start March 28th or 29th. So that probably was in this month in Boom, but I haven't paid enough attention. So that is the season in a nutshell. Oh no, I'm stuck in a nutshell. You'll notice I unlocked a bunch of things. Like I went back and unlocked warriors. I went back and unlocked cryoneers. That was just to spend these keys, just trying to get rid of all, kind of like where I'm going to upgrade my mechs right now. Don't ever upgrade your mechs. As you can see there, you get like 40 extra health, which does absolutely nothing. So season 33 is coming up. 3-3. I don't really know if I have a goal. Maybe Global 500. Maybe try and get back to New Zealand #1. Oh, for the first time, Orion was not liking this season. I think this is one of the first seasons in probably 15 seasons I've actually beat Orion. He parked as soon as he hit Diamond, was not digging the season. Did you park early? Did you get to a rank you've never gotten before? Did you get to a lower rank than you normally have? Let me know in the comments where you got to. And otherwise, that is all for me. Have a fantastic Monday. Hopefully, you guys have a fantastic week. If you're on spring break, also do let me know what you're doing and what your plans are and all that sort of fun stuff. My plans are to keep my submarine moving. That's what I'm going to do right here, right now, trying to get those classified items. I don't care about those other dives. Need the classified items for that next major update that's coming whenever the heck it comes. I would guess June, maybe, if there's going to be another update. Don't know. That's all just hearsay and he said, she said, and I'm just making it up at this point. So, anyways, that is all for me. One more time, I am in Triangle 9. We are sitting, doing fairly all right at the moment. We do have some openings in other task forces, though. So I know I gave that Join at Own Risk a shout out, but come join us. And if you're looking for a Warships specific task force, you could consider joining them as well. Still no replays available. I really wish you could do friendly challenges and or replays, but maybe that'll be in the next update. Anyways, that's all for me, coming to you from the very tail end of season 32. One more quick note. I had a ton of battles this season. 481 for me. That is a lot, like a lot. If we look at Mackett down here, he, without instant training, by the way, sorry, wrong buttons. My fingers are failing me. He ended up with 260 battles coming in Number 3, HLY, I think had like 2,000 or something crazy. I don't even know how that's possible. So HLY, I got to give you a shout out just for being insane. I don't know if you have a wife or kids or what, but 2,000 battles. If you guys see anyone with more battles than that, please do send me a screenshot. I would love to see it because even just the time for matchmaking, that is insanity. That is all for me though. Thank you for coming in. As always, hit me up in the comments, like, share, subscribe, smash that bell, all those YouTubey things. I shall talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm Zedmont. Peace.